Welcome back to Kefalonia. In this episode, I'm scuba diving with Blue Manta Diving Club from their base in Skala down on the southeast end of the island. They offer a whole host of dive sites for all experience levels, as well as running PADI dive courses should you wish to get your qualifications in Greek waters. Now, I did my qualifications in English waters, and I can tell you right now that Greek waters are not only warmer, but much clearer as well. As I said, they've got a whole host of dive sites. You can look at them all on their website. And seeing as I'm a lover of all things historic, one of them jumped out at me. And that is the Amphorae yard. This dive starts at about 5 metres below the surface with a max depth of about 12 metres, so perfect for my open water qualifications. The Amphorae yard is a site of a Roman shipwreck dating back to the 2nd century BC. It can be dated due to the variety of Amphorae styles that have been recovered and studied from this site. Safe to say, I was very excited for this one, as being able to go down to stuff like this is exactly why I did my scuba qualifications in the first place. Now, after arriving at their base, getting paired out with my dive buddy, being issued my gear and having a dive brief from our leader Makis, we set off in the rib to the dive site. This was only a short 10-minute ride and we quickly dropped anchor and set about getting kitted up and in the water. Once everyone was in and holding onto the tow rope at the back, we were ready to go. We were split up into our groups for the dive, as we had 2 to 3 different dive groups on this one outing, each being led by their own dive leader, which were all starting out in different areas of the dive site before making our descent. As we start making our way a few metres down, some of the Amphorae start to come into view, and we managed to start exploring the field. But it wasn't until we started going over the ridge of a hollow that the seabed opened up and hundreds, if not thousands, of the Amphorae came into view. Some were broken up and in piles, while others were still almost fully intact and massive. At this point, we had plenty of time to explore the site and swim around pretty much the whole area. I'm going to leave the footage running at this point so you can see the different parts that we saw, different types of Amphorae, and just how big this site is. We were underwater for about 30 to 40 minutes and had a really nice relaxed time under the water. There was no pressure to be fast or to rush through it all. Makis took us through all the areas. He stopped at different points of interest and pointed out the areas that he had explained in the dive brief, such as roof tiles and different types of Amphorae from different centuries. He showed us different wildlife as we went along. There was fish hiding underneath the Amphorae and inside the rocks and inside other little areas around. And when it was all said and done, we made our way back to the boat. So like I say, I'm going to leave this running now so you can have a little look at some of the site in general and just some of the clips of me diving around, and then we'll pick this back up when we get back to the boat. Now that we'd spent a fair amount of time below and one of our group had hit the minimum reserve air level, it was time to head back to the rib and head home. So once we'd all surfaced, dekitted and got back on board, it was another short journey back to base and into dry land. This dive cost me about €80 with all the rental kit included. If I'd stayed for a second dive on the day, it would have been $130 for both dives together. I've only done a few dives since qualifying, so I don't know how this stands to other parts of the world. Perhaps you can let me know in the comments below, and also any dive site recommendations that you have will be greatly appreciated. But that's about it for today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed the video and perhaps you've put the Amphorae yard on your dive list. I do these videos for fun, so any support you can show a small channel like mine is greatly appreciated. So please like the video, maybe drop a comment or even subscribe to the channel to see the new releases as they get made. So thank you for watching and we'll catch you on the next adventure.